Good evening. Today is Tuesday, January 28th, 2025 at 6 p.m. and we're in the Merrill City Council chambers. And I call this meeting of the Personnel and Finance Committee to order. Second item on the agenda is approve the vouchers for December and January, and our clerk is elected to take that task up in February. Next would be to consider approve the minutes from the previous meetings. That would be October and November 2024.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion made and second to approve the minutes from October, November 2024. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify so by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The minutes are approved. Under general items for consideration, discuss the parameters of conducting the city administrator's annual review. For those of us who are new in the council, I believe previously the administrator just kind of filled most of these out himself, but I thought we'd have you tell us how you would like these to be done or how it was done in the past.
Well, I think Steve and I kind of went over an evaluation form, and I think he was going to forward that to you guys if you want to make some changes on that. I guess that was done from outside counsel on the last one, I do believe. We modified it.
We changed it.
In going back to the days of Paul Prue when he was P&F chair, I think the P&F chair they're distributed to all the council members, and then the P&F chair kind of brings them all together and kind of.
Yep, that's what, when I was the PNF chair, that's what we did
Okay.
also. Everybody submits it back to the PNF chair. The PNF chair uses this as a guide and then puts comments. And on this one, it was a little bit easier because it exceeds, meets, so I just tallied like each one.
Okay.
How, what happened, and then listed the comments below. And if they were comments similar, you just kind of combine them just to.
At the end of the day, did you submit all 7 or 8 of them to the candidates so they could see or are you just a summary?
I just did the summary, but that is called the work product, right, Tom? And that goes to you.
Yep, we blocked
What
it out.
what I usually did is turned the work product of each alderperson and the mayor and turned that into Tom, but the summary was given at the PNF meeting. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And those reviews, the individual reviews would be discoverable if somebody wanted to look at them. There's no way you're gonna block it, but it's just, I think the summary is a good way to do it.
All right.
No, and I guess the final product, if it was in a closed session or if you guys took it upon the mayor to sit down with myself and go over it, however you guys want to handle it.
Looking at the past for several bodies, it seems like that's always done in a closed session, and I think that's the appropriate place to do that. So I think they usually come out of it and say, the review was done and it was a favorable review, whatever it was. So.
Yeah.
All right, any other questions? So you have your homework to do for next PNF.
I was never good at homework, though.
We'll move on to monthly reports. First is Mayor Haas.
I'll be happy to answer any questions.
We'll move on to City Administrator Akey.
Any questions?
How about Finance Director Lay?
Thanks. Any questions?
I do.
Great.
We were just talking about, because that's why we always did it. Right when you started, I threw upon you, why are we still paying the county's bills for all that medical stuff? Like the fire department bills for the EMS equipment, and we pay it and then we bill the county. I still don't understand we put all that onto your staff.
You mean like the ambulance supplies?
Yeah, so they buy a box of Band-Aids, we pay the Band-Aid company, and then you send it to the county for them to pay us. Why don't we just hand them the damn bill to begin with?
I think it is part of the contract, but I can take a closer look at that and I'll just see what that says for you.
It just seems like we write out an awful lot of checks we shouldn't have to. And I know I brought it up the first time, and Chief Klug said, well, that's the way we always did it.
It is nice from my perspective that we are fully reimbursed then for everything.
Oh, yeah. I have no doubt we're getting reimbursed,
Okay.
but it's just,
The oversight's probably better.
Yeah.
Because with us paying them and coding them and working primarily with Emily, it would make sense that she, you know what I mean? And obviously it's convenience for the county, I would think.
oh, absolutely.
Get it,
Yeah.
but
I guess it's just one of those things that it's the way we've always done it, but nobody ever looked at why do we do it that way.
I'll take a look at the contract.
Okay. Any other questions for the finance director? Are you cold, LaDonna?
A little bit, yeah.
I guess the only question that I have is, within this last year, you know, just looking as a whole, since you've been here a year with us, how are you feeling so far, I guess? Like, in general, like, do you feel more comfortable now than you did, obviously?
Oh, for
coming-
sure, definitely. Yeah, we're not, I mean, like, I'm not happy yet with everything. It's just gonna take me a little bit of time to get things in the place where I like them. But we're making progress. It's a little bit steady progress.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
Fast as zero risk. All right, no other questions for the finance director. We'll move on to the city attorney.
Happy to answer any questions. Still here and kicking.
For how many more days?
Oh, I'm not down to that yet. No, that's close to me.
Any questions for the city clerk Anderson Malm? We have the municipal court report, which is on file, and then I'll entertain a motion to place the reports on file.
Motion to approve.
I will second.
Motion approved and seconded. All those in favor signify so by saying aye.
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 Motion is approved. Date and time of the next meeting, we are told February 25th is a great time to meet, so without objection, we'll publish that.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Do I read this, or does Tom, or who?
I'm happy to read it.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
The committee may convene in closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statutes 1985 1C and E for considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data or any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercise responsibility, and deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session for the purposes of reviewing of contract and union negotiations in regards to hiring a firefighter, paramedic, EMT position, and recruitment and retention strategies union contract.
Make a motion to go into closed session.
I will second it.
Motion's made and seconded to go into closed session. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Sure. Mr. Michael Kaler,
Aye.
Mr. Meyer,
Aye.
Ms. Firmanek.
Aye.
All three.
Okay, we will go into closed section.